Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, viewers. How are you? Okay. In this video, we will discuss about the data entry, which we have been discussing quite a time ago of the employee master, right? We have this employee master already. The data has been captured, and we have what we are now doing is that uh, it is the best practices of the VBA developer that he uses a form instead of making asking the user to go to the sheet and enter the data here. So the risk of doing this is that there may be mistakes, typing mistakes, duplication error, and a lot of things. Means maybe the data validation is not performed, and many overlooks a thing which is already entered. For example, is again entered here, overlooking that it is already existing, and so on and so forth. So it is always better not to go directly to the data and enter the go through the form. So for this, we have already created a form, right? If we go to the interface and we click in here, then you will find this is the form which we started, in which the employee ID has already been taken, right? It is these IDs are coming from the employee sheet, what all these employee IDs have been taken into the drop down. Right? So that was just a startup. That how we can start doing the things in the user forms. This is called user form in the language of VBA. This is a user form, and this is developed how? It is developed by going to the view code and going to the forms here. You have a form container, and you can have, as we already had this form created for logging, and we can also create this form which is for the entry into the employee master. So later on, we can use the more forms. We can develop more forms for each for the different purpose. For example, entering for the products, one form for entering of the orders. The other form is for the purchase order, for example, entry of the uh, uh, means customers, for example. Huh? So these can be created. So this is our first form which we are creating. So let's put it here for economizing the space, so that if you put it here, all these space, then it will be difficult for you to manage. So why not keep it tidy, and you can see this gray mark. This is due to this. So let's make it appropriate size, so that this does not get confused with each other, right? Okay, so running it, how it is running? By the clicking of on the interface. When we click on the interface, yeah, then the form is shown. Why it is, how it is shown, what command is being used. So let's go and see on here, right click, go to assign macro and edit. So this is mentioning the which sheet to go, as such is the sheet and the user, and if it is authorized, right, then is going to the employee master. Otherwise, it displays the access denied. So employee master is the sub the subroutine, which only does for the moment is to show the M form, right? So you can see there is a M form, yeah. So all the forms, which whenever we want to show a form, we use this name and then dot followed by show. So that is going to be shown, right? So uh, this is how we show the form. Now, now this form is shown and which has only one drop down. Okay, we will change it. Okay, let's insert a list box, uh, list box one, yeah? And we take that much of the area, uh, yeah, maximum of it, the area, because there will be so many columns, right? So the so it is going to be reflected. Let's see how it works. We click it here. Yeah, that's it. It is showing the list box. Okay, but no data. Now, how to get the data in it? So for this, we have to write a small piece of code. For example, uh, we write code like so we go to the inform initialize so that we write the code in the initialize event of the initialize user form initializing, right? And here it is displaying and adding the items into the drop-down line. Now, what about the list box which we have added? We will first of all determine which sheet is to provide the data to the list box and the range, right? And an array, okay? And then uh, the sheet is set because this is how you set up a form and initialize the variable as a worksheet, and then whenever it is initialized, then you have to set it. Set that sh, which has to be the same name, whatever name you give here, it has to be then set that name equal to which sheet, right? And in the sheet, you will, and then you will get the range of that sheet. Yeah, this is the sheet, and in that sheet, yeah, it is being asked that take A1 until R. Yeah, if you go and see the A1, this is A1, and until the R, where is R? This is R, and that many rows. Okay, the rows are flexible. Sometimes they will be more, so we cannot do the hard coding. So that's why we are using or we using these variables, right? That it will figure out what is how many rows count are there, and that row count uh, of the sheet, then bring n up, and this will going to come up with a row. So at the moment it is going to come up with the row 10. Because when it is taking the take the maximum rows. Yeah, this now end up means hold down control key and up arrow, right? So this is taking you to the 10th row, right? So this how you are avoiding writing 10 as a hard coding because 10 will never be constant. It will keep on changing, right? Sometimes it will be 10, the new row added, it will be 11 and 12. So this code is accommodating the very last row, right? A1 to R, the very last row. At the moment it is 10, right? Okay, the next is we have to do something with the list box, right? So I am bringing this data. This is the command that in with and end with, as we have if and if, as we have do and loop, right? So these are the coupling of the commands, right? Do is ended with the loop. The sub is ended with the end sub, right? This is a sub ending with the sub. Similarly, with is ended with the end with, right? And whatever you write in it, so what the you're dealing with the property of the object. So with some object, what is the object? Go to the EMP form, and in EMP form there is an object list box 1, which we added, right? And in the list box 1, we do this setting, right, to make the border style and color for and background colors are set. You keep on changing it, the color will keep on changing, right? And then you have to clear each time if something means it's always good to start from when you are designing the form. So in the runtime, it is clearly making clear and making the color column heads equal to true, so that the head position is reversed. Normally, if it is false, then the heading will not be shown, right? So, and then it is going to count the columns, and each column is going to be filled with these column width, and the data is captured, right? So let's try run it, and we go to interface and we run this, you see. Okay, so this how you have learned that how you can easily populate the list box in your form directly from your intended sheet applied data, right? All the data are fulfilled. So now you can click on it, you can select on it, you can make the changes. This we will do in our next video, right? Then that we click and change, click on one select make a selection in the list box, and we make the changes if we want to promote him from the sales manager to zonal manager, right? So this designation is going to be changed. Or if we want to change the phone number, we can make the change later on. Okay. So in this session, it is enough that you understand how we can add the list box in the form and populate it, populate the data into the list box directly from the sheet, right? And entering the headers. These are the headers of, you remember we have made the headers equal to true. So that makes the headers. It is considering the top row as a header row and the rest of the rows as the data rows, right? So far, so good. In the next video, we will further make the enhancement. Thank you very much for watching.